Sonic comic reading. It's been a couple months. I'm excited to go back to it. Our friend Nicole gave us link to high quality, like super high quality downloads. So I'm gonna be reading from a program, or I'm gonna be sharing a program that I downloaded to read these. I think the quality of the streams will improve because of the quality of the scans. If that makes sense. I'm excited. Yeah. Hello, Noelle and Queen. Hope you're ready for Sonic, because he's coming. He's running so fast at you. Yeah, I moved my pet over there. Garrett's in timeout. I'm just kidding. It's just because to make room for comic in the middle. Turn the music back up.
I would like to be closer. I want hug.
Aww. Oh, I'll give you a quick hug. Oh, wait, you're behind me. How does this work? Well, hang on. I'm making this harder than it has to be. Yeah, this is like a hug, kind of. A one-armed hug. I'm listening to like a lo-fi Sonic and Chill radio 24/7 stream on YouTube. I thought it'd be fitting. Maybe I'll turn it down a tiny bit. And then if I say game capture to any full screen application, and then I make the comic thingy full screen, will that work? I'm stretching. Graby's meowing. I don't think that'll work. I guess I have to select the specific program. Oh, I gotta slurp before I forget though. Hi, Gravy. 1 second. Hang on. I completely blanked out on what I was doing. Okay. Is it gonna come up? Hello? Do I have to... maybe it would work if I just do, well, let me try window capture first. I thought... Oh, okay, window capture works. I was gonna say I could do display capture, but... And, oops. My full screen? Oh, it's like a little cut off. Okay, if I say, I think, fit to screen instead of stretch to screen. I think that'll be good. Yeah, here we go. Danger in Down Under. And I'm not sure how to zoom in. So hopefully it'll be fine, just like this. Yeah. Look, Stu, it's Walt, Barbie, and that far-out fox named Tails. I have no idea what voices these guys should have or who these people are. But how did they find us? And who's the spiny blue guy? Named Sonic, the Hedgehog. And we'll explain everything after we thrash these flat-tailed freaks. On my signal, everybody. Now! What is going on? Sonic looks a little goofy there. Is this Kimba the White Lion? Gravy. You say these are duck bills? They seem more like duck pins to me. What? Forgot to wipe my feet. Not sure how to feel about this. This angle here. Ladies' choice, boys. I choose to put you down. Yeah, you can see this is the Ken Penders era. I think.
Today's forecast, high winds.
Nice job, dudes.
Especially Tails.
Aw, shucks.
Aw, shucks, man. Just doing my job.
Stand by, boys. I'm gonna cut you free. Ready, Bolt?
Yeah.
You're free as a bird. And a wombat.
Free at last. Good to see you two. Have you seen Bill? What are you doing back here? Sonic, come meet my friends.
Oh wait, that wasn't Tails who said that. Sorry. How long were we?
I saw you on the postcard.
I feel like I'm missing a lot of context. Wait a minute. Let's bring everybody up to speed by starting at the beginning. That would be right after the final combat clash. Okay. As we told you on the postcard we sent after your friends Bunny Rabbit and Antoine de Colette stowed away on Robotnik's supply blimp, our final battle went well. Crocbot's army of combots were destroyed. Although we didn't recover our old enemy's entire body, we found enough pieces of him to assume he was gone for good. That's kind of dark. Wait, so are they talking about Robotnik? Finding pieces of Robotnik? What? Or a different enemy? Because I was gonna say something like, Robotnik's still dead. He's been dead for a while. He's gotta come back, right? Right. The massive cleanup of the crater began. We were determined to remove all traces of the prison camp and return it to pristine condition. At first, things went well. But then, for no apparent reason, Duckbill Platypus suddenly took off and went renegade. It was totally uncool. Not long after that, the raids began. Our former teammate was seen leading a guerrilla band of wild duckbills. Night after night, they attacked the crater site, ruining our reconstruction job. Our volunteer workforce began to quit. The situation was too dangerous, so I shut the project down. These are some wild designs. Soon, we received a letter from Bill asking Guru and I to meet him here in the Outback. He said he was willing to negotiate an end to the hostilities. After discussing it, we agreed to go. But his offer was mega bogus. We were ambushed and cooped up in these cages you just freed us from. Guru and Stu were long overdue. Walt and I were about to go searching for them when Tails and Sonic arrived unexpectedly. Tails and I have been adventuring together lately. Since we were in the area, the new Mobitropolis Post-War Council had asked us to stop here and assess the situation at the crater. Needless to say, you guys needed help.
With a little aerial reconnaissance, we picked up your trail and went on a walkabout, tracking you to this location.
Let's split the scene and find out what's happening with Duckbill Platypus. Follow me, freedom fighters.
You bet. Come on, Tails.
Hey, Hedgehog, I give the orders here at Down Under. Follow me, freedom fighters.
Be careful of the hanging moss, Tails.
Keep your eyes front and stay alert, wannabe. That's Wallaby, Hedgehog. Okay, Mr. Wallaby Hedgehog, get your mind right. What? Knock it off, you two, and hush. I heard something.
I'll land so my whirring tails don't make any noise.
Shh, they're coming this way. Look out, Barbie.
Whoa, thanks, Guru.
You slow, Gator boy. This is where you get off, man. Woof. Listen up, little buddy. You prop while I buzz the perimeter.
Gotcha, Sonic. Hang on, everyone. I'm taking us from 0 to 40 knots in 7.3 seconds.
Whoa, groovy, man. Look, around that bend. Impressive. Meanwhile, I'll form a protective shield to keep those crocs at bay. That must be Duckbill's hideout. Yo, aquatic mine. Of course, just no report from the hostage site. And what's with the croc patrol? They could be here any second. What should I do? I can hear him. He's talking to himself. I can see him. On 3, freedom fighters. 1, 2, 3. Show's over, Billabong. Oh dear, he looks awful. Oh great, they're here. Now what do I do? Well, answer me. Oh man, Bill's totally exhausted. What is going on? Who is he talking to? I can hear sounds underneath the floor. Mechanical sounds. I can hear sounds underneath the floor. Mechanical sounds. I see the outline of a trap door. Stand back, sister. Crockbot. Curse you, freedom fighters. My plan almost succeeded while I had you down under us in the crater detention camp. I implanted a post-hypnotic mind control diode behind Duck Bill's ear. When he found my remains during the cleanup, the visual stimuli initiated the programming chip in his head. That's why he fled from you. His mind now belonged to me. Bill's first task was to connect me to a power source so I can instruct him. I then ordered him to raise a Duckbill army and seize the crater site. As you know, he succeeded. Next, they would salvage combat parts from the site. I would pre-assemble one and have it rebuild me. Soon, I would rise to power again and have my revenge on all of you. But it doesn't matter anyway, for when the... Hey, that's my decision to make. Afraid not, Marsupal. I have authorization from King Acorn himself to disconnect and confiscate any and all hostile mechanical devices. We defer to the king. Take Crockbot away, and good riddance. Ciao, dudes. Thank you for all your help.
I'll miss you, Tails.
Mwah. Are they trying to pair her up in Tails? Isn't she like almost an adult, if not an adult, and Tails is 8? Thanks, Ken Penders. So long. Keep in touch. I'm glad they took Crockbot's remains with them, but I'm still concerned about what our old enemy mentioned. The Bunyip? That's a mythological monster from Aborigine culture. I'm sure it was just Crockbot's damaged mind malfunctioning and hallucinating. Let's hope so. Man, that Wallop boy was so jealous of me. Jealous of the way Barbie was hitting on you, Tails. That koala cutie digs you, buddy. Oh, she was supposed to be a koala. I didn't realize.
Really? Gosh, I hope so, because I sure would like to see her again.
Coloring page.
I'm sure glad we're not chasing the evil wizard Ixis Nagus around the planet by boat, Sonic. This ocean looks real rough, if you ask me.
Don't worry about the waves, Tails. In 2 seconds, we might regret taking my biplane.
Why?
Because those clouds up ahead, from the nasty look of them, our hands are gonna be just flying these unfriendly skies. Make no mistake, little buddy, we're definitely in for total turbulence. Is he saying that? This gadget my Uncle Chuck hooked up to the control panel before we left Mobitropolis is supposed to track Ixis. But the trail suddenly scatters for no reason.
Holy haywire! What's the matter with it, Sonic?
Could it be the bad weather causing some kind of interference? Curse that hedgehog and his fledgling fox of a companion. They do not realize they have at last found me. I never suspected they'd fashion a device capable of detecting the ionic residue left in the air by my sorcery. No matter. My magical transformation into a cloud being has confused their people. It's driven long enough for me to do this. Cool it, Sonic. Time to get a grip, or we're both toast. So many interesting expressions. What? It's that hedgehog. He still lives.
You did it, Sonic.
I guess I did, Tails. And look, with those clouds all cleared up, I can see land. And Tails?
Yeah, Sonic?
Who knows what kind of adventures are in store for us there. Hi, Gravy. Oh, hi, Gravy. Hello. Wow, that's so cool. Gravy, who's your favorite Sonic character? Yeah? Wow. I've never heard of them, but I believe you that they're cool. Yeah. You were saying so many things. Buddy. I was cutting it close. Are you alright, Fleming? Gravy. 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 What? What do you want? Deactivating Robotnik's leftover death trap is one thing. Being able to carry out actual field assignments is another. I'm getting too old for this, son. You still have plenty on the ball, Fleming. Not anymore. I've been with the Secret Service since your daddy was in charge. And now it looks as though my time has come as well. Meow. With the retirement of Lieutenant Fleming from the service, it behooves you to recruit some special agents. There are new enemies and threats facing the realm, and we need to be ready for them. We love doing this character's voice so much.
I'm well aware of it, Sire. Is there anyone in particular you have in mind?
Gravy. 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 You have served me as well, and blessed your father, Commander. So I have faith that once you learn the mission objective, you'll select the proper candidates for the job. Assemble a strike force of no more than 5 agents capable of covert assignments inside foreign territories. Yep, that about sums it up in a nutshell. Pretty simple directives with very broad implications. Dad said this would be a dirty job. The only party left out is that they're all dirty jobs. The first thing I need is a scout, one who can blend in under any condition. The candidate I'm looking for can be found here, on the floating island. Meow. He could be anywhere. However, my handy-dandy full-spectrum binoculars will cut down on the guesswork. Bullseye. I better act quick. Hey, it's been a long time, mate. I thought you'd be up for more fun and games. Espio warned me about you, St. John. I have no idea what's going on. Once a Secret Service operative, always an operative. Still, it doesn't hurt to recruit new blood every now and then. Him? He's a baby. Is that supposed to be Espio or like a relative of Espio? I don't think it's supposed to be Espio. Age isn't the consideration here. It's the skills he brings to the team that I'm interested in.
That's funny. I could have sworn I heard something strange a moment ago.
You have good ears, mate.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want?
Name is St. John. Geoffrey St. John, of His Majesty King Acorn's Secret Service. I'm looking for a few recruits interested in adventure. Preserving the kingdom. You know, the usual. Interested?
Well, it has been kind of quiet around here since Hotbot was defeated. So yeah, like, I'm in.
Mobiletropolis dead ahead. Mates check in for the night while I take care of business. Have a moment to spare, love?
Oh, Geoffrey, do come in.
Working on anything important?
Just coordinating various work details on rebuilding the city.
Sounds like something a SWAT bot could do.
Perhaps, but Princess Sally needed somebody to do it, and I was available. Why? What do you have in mind?
Take this and show up at the armory tomorrow morning.
What about the princess?
Don't worry, I'll square things with her. 3 down, just 1 more to go. Finally, a weary Geoffrey decides to call it a day. I'm sure after a bit of rest, it'll hit me like a bomb over who the last operative should be. Next issue, Spy School. I think these scans, like, cut out any, like, promotional stuff that, like, isn't part of the main, like, the fan art. Which maybe is for the best. The weird panels of, like, the boss harassing the employees. I don't know. The planet Mobius was once a virtual paradise until it was conquered by the evil Dr. Robotnik. This technological tyranny would have continued if not for a heroic group of freedom fighters who banded together and restored order to the kingdom of Acorn. The bravest among them is a blue streak filled with the most attitude going around. Without a doubt, he's the fastest thing alive. Archie Comics and Sega present Sonic the Hedgehog. Why are they saying that like it's the first issue or something? Maybe there was a long break. I don't know.
Sonic, what's the matter with your biplane? I don't know, Tails. She's been acting weird since we started flying over the desert. I'm having a tough time with her controls. Well, we gotta do something. Don't sweat it, little buddy. I'm gonna have to take her down towards that stretch of trees. Uh-oh.
I get the hiccups, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for hiccups. Hiccup jump scare. Whoa, sorry.
Watch it, Tails. This bird's about to... I can't bear to watch.
What's up with Tails' tails? I mean, I'm assuming it's just supposed to show that he's flying so fast it looks like he has lots of tails, but it just looks like he has 6 tails. Look at trans rights. The tails said trans rights.
Wow, Sonic, that landing was aces. Thanks, pal. But we didn't know where we are. We don't know where we are. What's wrong with the winged victory or what we're gonna do to fix it?
Okay, I actually do think Sonic looks pretty cute here. I swear, I feel like Ken Penders can draw well. It's just a lot of times he draws really weird. But sometimes he does draw really well. I don't know if that... maybe that one's not drawn by him.
Look, somebody's coming over the horizon. They must have seen you go down. I sure hope they're friendly. Don't panic. We'll stand our ground if we have to.
Hurry, Sonic, we gotta hustle. We don't got much time.
I don't know why we're making him sound like Vector, but okay.
Huh?
Sure. Located elsewhere on planet Mobius is the Devil's Island Gulag, thus named because of the ring of nearby lava-filled volcanoes that superheat the surrounding waters, causing escape from its confines to be near.
Impossible.
Oh, hi, Princess Ham. Got an ad for eye drops followed by an ad for the Quest 3. Awesome.
Impossible, I say. These bars cannot keep me in. My intellect is far too superior. These walls cannot contain me.
Because your head's too swollen. I tell you, Snively, I'm convinced you were wasted your true talents back when you were Robotnik's flunky. You should have been a stand-up comedian instead.
Mock me if you will, Drago. You will be laughing out the other side of your mouth when I am free, and you are not. Not only have I been exercising my mind, I have also been doing the same to my body.
No.
I would show you exactly what I am capable of were we sharing the same cell.
Like I said, Snively, you're an irregular laugh riot.
Alright, Jack, what gives? You've told me your name, but it still doesn't explain how you know mine.
Are you kidding me? Who hasn't heard of Sonic the Hedgehog? Why, you're...
Maybe we should do something else. This is silly. Are you kidding me? Who hasn't heard of Sonic the Hedgehog? Why, your exploits are legendary around these parts. Robotnik sub-bosses used to run the show out here. Once you beat the big man himself, we sandblasters were inspired to try the same move. Wouldn't you know, it worked. Jack, we've got trouble dead ahead.
What's he talking about?
Wait a minute. Those are Robians. Roboticized Mobians. But they sure don't look friendly. Did you ever meet a Robian who was? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
As a matter of fact, yeah, but they sure don't look like that. It's their eyes. What's up with the creepy glow? Oh, I get it. Dang nabbit.
You're right, team. They're trying to reroute us with their Octobursts.
Oh yeah? We'll see about that.
I don't get it, Jack. Oh, sorry.
I don't get it, Jack.
Get what, Tails?
Well,
Creepy.
after we defeated Doc Robotnik, all of the Robians in Mobotropolis got back their free will. Because we were able to break his villainous hold on them. These guys don't act like they're under anybody's control anymore, Jack. But they still seem pretty mindless.
doesn't matter a lick, Tails. Sonic completely wiped up the desert with him.
For sure, but where'd he go? Hey, fellas, I'm back. Did I miss all the fun and excitement? Because if I did, What is it, Sonic? What's wrong?
Absolutely nothing, Tails. From the expression on your partner's mug, I reckon we've arrived back home. Aww, cute.
Gravy. Gravy, do you want me to hold you or what? You're so weird. Come here. Come here. Baby. Baby. He's such a little freak. Meanwhile, in orbit high above Mobius. BSAT unit back online. It's probably not how you say that. In commencing system location of target. Target acquired, system locked, and commencing activation now. Sonic, we citizens of Sandblast City are mighty honored to have you and Tails as our guests.
Awesome! Thanks, folks.
Hooray, Sonic! 3 cheers for the hedgehog!
You got me!
Oh wait, that's not what.
What's the deal, Tails? What did I do that was so great? I mean, besides the usual. You got me! Say, Jack, are we headed to a ritzy hotel or something?
Even better, we're headed to the most important spot in town.
Whoa. That's you.
Uh-huh. We knew you'd dig it. Isn't it cooler than just about everything? Besides you, of course. I say we make a toast. Who knows, with the for real live Sonic around, Sandblast City may no longer need its force field dome to keep out those danged Robians. The Devil's Gulag.
Baby.
And after I erect a statue of myself at the center of Metropolis, I'm going to have that poorish blue hedgehog, tarred, feathered, and then tarred again.
Sure. I say if you were really gonna bust out of here, Sniffly, you would have already done it. Go ahead. Make a break for it. I dares ya.
I double dare him.
I triple dare the egghead. Yeah, we all dare ya. Come on, Smarty Shirt. Smarty Shirt?
What? What does that mean?
What? He did it! He actually did it! We're free at last!
I don't think he's gonna... Oh, look, it's Fang! Wait, did he free... What? But it looks like he's dropping it and not actually using it. Sandblast City.
Rise and shine, Sonic. It's a brand new day. Boy, he's still out cold. I guess we all celebrated a little too much last night. That's strange. The door's been locked from the outside. We're prisoners. Not.
Okay, team. Let's cover him up and then...
Hey, Jack? What are you doing to our plane?
The plane? Oh, well, we figured out what was the matter with her. Sand. Plugging in up all the instruments. We gave it to our best cleanup job and figured we'd mothball her for a few weeks.
Weeks? That's a big negative. We gotta tick off today. An evil wizard is on the loose and it's our mission to stop.
Chill, Tails. Ixis Noctis can wait. I don't have a problem sticking around here for a few weeks. After all, Ixis is still gonna be on the loose when we leave, so tell me,
What's the problemo?
Oh wait, I'm confused. Is Snively still in jail? Oh wait, did he like accidentally free everyone? What is this character? What is going on here? I'm sorry. Tales of the Freedom Fighters presents Jeffrey St. John on His Majesty's Secret Service Part 2. An intruder's here. As he's about to enter the cubicle located inside the armory, Jeffrey St. John senses,
imagine that. Someone actually cheeky enough to think he can bag me here.
what the? No, Bob, wait! No, Bob, wait! I think it's...
Who the devil are you, mate?
Don't shoot, Commander, don't shoot! The name's Heavy. Oh! These guys are from Knuckles Chaotix. The name's Heavy, sir. Bomb and I have been looking for some place to fit in, and you're our last hope.
Me?
When you're a cybernetic drone, sir, you can't tap into any database,
and Dr. Robotnik did his best to keep tabs on you.
I guess I could use someone with your skills. But your friend here.
Oh, Bomb, he's perfectly fine. He just transferred his artificial intelligence programming to another shell, ready to go until he blows.
In that case, bring your mate and don't be late. Tomorrow, you begin. See this? What? This is a Buffalo 397. It's lightweight, fits comfortably in your hand, utilizes a double power cell, has an automatic targeting cytoscope, and can deliver on impact the effects of a brick hitting a plate glass window. Kicks Major League tail, wouldn't you say?
I've never seen freedom fighters use weapons like that, Commander.
You're right, Wombat Stew. They don't. But Secret Service agents do. Our mission is to protect the monarchy and the government from all enemy forces, internal and external. Yeah, that's Bomb. Heavy and Bomb are in the game Knuckles Chaotix. I think I only found out about them because they were in the fan game Sonic World. And I ended up Googling them. And I'm like, oh wow, I've never heard of these characters. It's a cold, cruel world out there. The bad guys don't exactly quiver in fear when you say boo, so... You're going to train every method of armed and unarmed combat. This is necessary preparation, not only in preparing you to engage the enemy, but ensure your survival as well. We'll start with you, Hershey. Into the drink you go, girl. Wait! Nobody said anything about water! Uh-oh! Those jaws look none too friendly for this kitty cat. Whatever was I thinking when I enlisted in this, huh? Valdez, and he's got Bob in his hands? Oh, I guess the SBO character is named Valdez. He doesn't have to tell me twice to head on up. Hold the fort. What's he doing with Bomb? He's gonna kill him. Hey! He's fine. Somehow. Eesh, water and me just don't mix. I'm not much of a swimmer either. And you'll learn. Work on that with your weak out while refining your strengths. Just now you displayed a basic grasp of initiative, teamwork, and staying cool under pressure.
It's something to build on, but there's more to it than that. I'm going to work your tails off until it's second nature to all of you. You're a team now. You've got to think and act like one. And well-being depends on that one simple concept. At ease for the next 5 minutes, and then it's back to work. Why do we get the feeling I should have stayed in bed? Next, what else but practice, practice, practice if at first you don't succeed.
Talk about being put on a pedestal.
I'll be right back really quick. I'm back. The planet Mobius was once a virtual paradise until it was conquered by the evil Dr. Robotnik. This technological tyranny would have continued, if not for a heroic group of freedom fighters who banded together and restored order to the kingdom of Acorn. The bravest among them is a blue streak filled with the most attitude going forward, and without a doubt, he's the fastest thing alive. Archie Comics and Sega present Sonic the Hedgehog. The Devil's Island Gulag, an isolated prison fortress located high atop a rocky crag in the middle of a boiling ocean, whose average temperature is 220 degrees Fahrenheit. For many of its inmates, the most hard-bitten and dangerous criminals on the Earth, like Planet Mobius, escape from its confines is nothing more than a pipe dream. Cult of personality? Oh my gosh, look at all these wacky guys. I see a fang. So that's what makes today so different from any other?
Snivelly, what have you gotten yourself into this time? When I told the other prisoners that I was planning a breakout, I had absolutely no idea that it would be 5 minutes later.
Elsewhere on Planet Mobius, specifically the force field protected Sandblast City.
One thing can be said about these sandblasters. They sure do know the meaning of hospitality. I mean, I've got chili dogs right at hand, and they're by the foot. Isn't this way past cool, Tails? Sure, Sonic. Everything's, really cool. Except for you, that is. Whoa! You seemed okay after your biplane crash, leaving us stranded out in an unknown desert. Or you met Jack Rabbit and his band of freedom fighters, the Sandblasters, who had modeled themselves after the Knothole Village version. Before anybody could get a chance to trade war stories, we were attacked by Mobians. Roboticized Mobians with the best of attitudes. It didn't do them much good against your super speed, though. It wasn't until we got to the Sandblaster City that we learned just how much of an influence you'd already had on them all. You were like a legend. All of this wasn't bad until you decided we should delay our mission for a few weeks. I said, Mobius to Tails, coming in Tails. Oh, sorry. I must have been daydreaming. Sonic, we gotta talk. Spit it out. Fox to Hedgehog. That's your cue to take off on yet another chili dog run, ladies. Anything you say, darling. Would you like some fries with that order? This is way too weird. Stay, go. It's working out perfectly. Sonic ain't leaving Sandblast City. Not today, not tomorrow, never. He's gotta be part of this town for the rest of his natural-born days. Meanwhile, back at the Gulag. I've got to get out of here and...
Hey, Snively! Where the heck do you think you're going to?
I love Fang. What is this thing, though?
You're calling the shots from here on in. How'd you break the codes on the locks anyways? Forget it. I'm sure you'll be bragging about it later, right?
Right.
Sandblast.
Tails. What? Sonic?
Shh.
Jeez, wake up the whole town, why don't you? Somehow we become prisoners, little buddy. We haven't got much time if we're gonna make it out of here. I had to act like I wanted to stay so the sandblasters wouldn't suspect I was onto them. Another chili dog and I would have had to trademark a new favorite snack. But now I say we'd make tracks before... Before what, Sonic?
Oh, yeah.
Before what, Sonic? Before we tell you to, there's no getting through our force field bubble?
I should have known you folks were a little too friendly to be friends, Jack. What's become of the youth of today? What? Oh well, come on, Tails.
Sonic is always saying, what's become of the youth today?
Okay, see ya.
Get him! But don't y'all harm him.
What now?
We split up.
And do what?
You go get the biplane started.
And what about you?
Whoops. I've got to find a way to deactivate the field.
Deactivate it? But how?
And don't let him escape. We're trying. He's got no limit, though. Don't worry. We'll take him.
Yep.
Sorry, fellas, but them's the breaks. Get out. Get the lead out, you fuzzballs. Or they'll get away.
There she is, winged victory. I've got to get her up in the air, or we'll never get out of Jack Rabbit's jail. Okay,
Drop it, Tails, or else.
okay, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Hey, but you did it!
I told you not to say that. Oh well, at least you can say that you finally made it to the tarp. What? Where
Are those controls?
That's it.
It was in my face all along. After all, what's the most important aspect of Sandblast City? The protective force field that keeps out Zerobians. Only makes sense that its controls would be in the most important spot around here. And Jack said it himself. Sheesh. Talk about your personal conflicts. Well, here it goes. Gang away, fanboys. The hedgehog's coming through. As much as I'll hate myself for doing this, it's gotta be done. Oh, no.
He did it! Sonic did it! The force field is shorting out. Or the field is shorting out.
Sonic's sidekick, safe and sound, within Win Victory's cockpit, is not the only one to take notice of this event, however.
Well, that takes care of that. The statue's gone. Means the field's gone. The field's gone means
You've destroyed everything. Now it's my turn to do it to you.
uh-oh. Remember, Jack, life doesn't necessarily have to imitate art.
I'll see you, Noelle.
Huh? It's them. The enemy. The cavalry. I swear you'll pay, Sonic. You can have your lawyers get in touch with mine.
Where is he?
No sign of Tails. Hope he made it out. Meanwhile, it looks like my goose is cooked.
There he is. Hang on, Big Blue.
Big Blue.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Sally. Mom and Dad, Uncle Chuck, Rotor, Bunny, Rosie, Dulcie, Tails! Hi there. You know what the experts say, the flying is a lot safer than...
Just about anything in Sandblast City, I take it.
It's too bad. They really liked me. They really, really liked me. We can still go back and Just fly the plane, Tails. Just fly the plane.
Oh, that's what I call a jailbreak. Where to next, Snively?
Where else? Robotropolis.
Robotnik. That's a wild look for him. Sorry. Come back. Come back. Stop being dead. Man. This has got to stop. Every time I need him, he disappears. Since this is the only place I haven't checked, it's about time I did. Princess Sally! This is indeed an honor, ma'am. You can belay the formalities, Lieutenant Smiley. I'm here to see Commander St. John.
Begging your pardon, Your Highness.
If you will kindly step aside, I'd like to see for myself. But he's not here. That's not possible. Oh wait, sorry. That's not possible. Unauthorized personnel are not allowed beyond this point. Unauthorized? Since when am I considered unauthorized, Lieutenant?
I have my orders, Princess. I'll have to take the matter up with the commander.
Where can I find him? I believe he said something about a routine walk in the park.
On my mark. Get set to move out, mates. Now, let's go.
I thought he said this was just an obstacle course.
Well, Wombat Stew, it seems pretty real to me. As far as all of you are concerned, it's the real deal. Okay, Heavy. See how you handle enemy hardware.
Easy as downloading, sir. Nothing more than a couple of electronic pulses on one circuit, a couple more to another.
Everyone, stand ready.
And all systems are go. Be careful, Bomb.
No. Intruder, halt! Identify yourself and state your business. I have returned with important information for Dr. Robotnik. Good enough for government work. You may enter. Who is saying that? Sensors disabled. I doubt they were into spec the first place. Even so, why take chances, right? Nicely done, Valdez.
What now? The elevator is at the bottom.
Think initiative and teamwork, Hershey.
I thought this might come in handy.
Okay, team. Let's keep it down to a roar until we can scope out the territory. No, oh. Chonk.
Too easy. We still have to return to home base with the enemy. Is this bucket of bolts heavy or what?
Maybe if we just unscrew his dome. It's everything or nothing. A partial result doesn't accomplish the mission objective.
I got a better idea, boys. Why don't we just place our friend on this card I found over in the corner?
Yeah? Then what?
Simple. We take the express route to street level. I swear, men just don't pay attention.
Hey! It's not very PC of you, Hersh. What? Oh my gosh.
Hold it right there, Commander.
If this isn't a pleasant surprise.
Let's cam the charm, Mr. St. John. You've got a lot of explaining to do.
Would that I could, Princess, but I have my orders.
As your superior officer,
I get my orders from your superior, King Acorn.
My father! But why?
Afraid you'll have to take it up with him, love. Now, if you'll excuse me. Let's get this hunk of tin stowed away, team. You'll receive a final grade today.
You bet I will, Jeffrey.
I'm just curious which one we're on. Is this 64? I think I might not read this every time. I think it's the same thing every time. At least right now it is. The southern tundra is perhaps the coldest of all the continents on planet Mobius. But it is not the weather that concerns our brave duo who now stand in the middle of this fierce blizzard raging around them. No, it is something far greater than freezing that occupies the thoughts of these former freedom fighters. Their minds are instead focused on their mission. And what is that mission exactly? To stop one of the most diabolical beings in existence from achieving his fiendish goals. When they left their home in the city of Mobotropolis weeks ago to find him, they had no idea it would bring them all the way.
Here, Sonic? More like all the way up there, Tails. Into the fortress built into the side of the mountain. I'm sure that's where the wicked wizard Ixis Nogus is waiting for us. He knows that we're after him? Of course. Why else would he think we came all this way?
I can barely read this.
We wouldn't have tracked him without this gizmo my Uncle Chuck created. It detects the ionic residue left about by Ixis' magic, and according to its readings, we found him at last. But how are we gonna stop him, Sonic? When your biplane flew into this frigid air, the power ring that allows it to fly suddenly conked out. It's totally useless. Even if we stop his plans, we're stranded thousands of miles from home. Ixis wins no matter what because we're never gonna see our friends again. Don't talk like that, little buddy. We can't give in to our fears. Ixis is gonna be counting on those very emotions to help defeat us. Ixis enjoys making us good guys doubt our own abilities. Makes us easier to beat. First time we met, he almost made us believe his wand could turn us all into crystal. But it really only affects his followers who had been trapped in the zone of silence like he was. Then he took possession of King Acorn, heightening our monarch's fear of roboticized Mobians, to spark a civil war that nearly tore apart Mobotropolis for good. If we let Ixis get to us now, then we've chased him all the way around the world for nothing. Didn't we make good on our promise to defeat Dr. Robotnik? He was no different. One evil villain is just as bad as another. You've got my word as your best dude, Tails, that I'm gonna get us home once Ixis is down for the count. Power ring. Or no power ring. Trust me. I will, Sonic. I promise.
Meanwhile, high above the planet's atmosphere, a lifeless satellite returns from the dead.
Zero sat unit back online and commencing system of location of target. Target acquired, system locked, and commencing activation now.
Back on planet's surface.
I'm no rotor Tails, but Uncle Chuck's device seems to indicate Ixis as being right here. Sonic! What happened? There's only one answer. Ixis Nogus. A brilliant deduction, Quickster. But it shall be your last. You and your furry friend have plagued me for far too long. But now I have the upper hand. You are trapped on this frozen wasteland without a hope of ever getting home, fools. Without your precious talisman. Talisman. Your vaunted sword of acorns. You haven't a prayer against my mystic might. So go ahead. Take your best shot. Okay, you asked for it, creep. Blast you! Well, it's a good thing you went and told me your next move, Ixie. A simple dodge and I can do... Destroying you is going to be much more fun than I anticipated, Quickster. way! No fair! I went through him like he was... snow? Oh no. Oh no, indeed. I can mystically shape my body to mimic the 4 elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. Your aircraft did not experience turbulence before reaching Sandblast City. It was I in cloud form attacking you. Sorry. Hang on, Sonic!
No, stay away from me. Tails, Tails! If Tails has been hurt, I'll never forgive myself. What the super heroic hedgehog sees next makes him go,
No! Get away from him, you big...
well, I'll figure out exactly what it is after I'm through rocking its world. Whatever that creature's doing to Tails is way past cool. Not, in other words, hot. Way past hot. I'm not gonna think about it.
Take that, Flame Brain!
My bet's riding on the abominable Snowbot, Quickster.
Snowbot?
What's wrong now? It's quite apparent, you simpleton. It's an avalanche. We're about to be buried. Minutes pass, and then whoosh. The Ixis named Abominable Snowbot stands triumphantly after melting its way through tons of snow and ice, the unmoving Sonic and Tails firmly in its grasp. But what next? The mysterious creature looks skyward for an answer and immediately sees one. It'll take 3 simple steps to reach the castle. Crouch, launch, and land. It is a tiny laboratory to which the Snowbot brings the unconscious adventurers. But it's often said that big things come in small packages. Who is this person? Eddie, it's been over an hour. No, it's been over an hour since you went outside on patrol. Where have you been, old friend? And who have you brought home? Who is this guy? Why is he human? I mean, you could say that about Robotnik too, but... These poor Mobians couldn't have been responsible for the mystical attack on our home earlier, Eddie. See if they've suffered any serious injury.
What is this? Back off, bozos.
Jules the Hedgehog? Is that really you after all these years?
No, but I've got a better question. Who the heck are you?
That is Nate Morgan. And he, Quickster, is the key to taking absolute control over all of Mobius. Ha ha ha. Nagus. The place. The recaptured Royal Palace, formerly Robotnik's headquarters.
Good morning, Princess.
Morning.
Princess, if you have a minute.
Not now, Hershey. Nothing personal. But I have a few things on my mind that require serious attention. And there's just the person I need to see. Father. Sally? Whatever brings you here? I want to know, what's going on, Father? Did you, or did you not, put me in charge of operations? There's no need for that tone of voice, Sally. You're doing exactly as I instructed. However, as your liege and titular head of the Kingdom of Metropolis, it's my responsibility to secure the best interests of the realm as I see fit. But where does Commander St. John fit into that chain of command? By your leave, sire. And I'd like to address the princess. Commander St. John, I'm sorry. But you have your orders. You and your team are to report to the briefing room. I'll join you in a moment. As you command, sire. Father, I demand to know what's going on. Why am I being cut out of the loop? Oh, she angry. Sally, my dear, your primary concern should focus solely on the reconstruction. None of this involves you, at least for now. But father... I've said my piece, daughter.
That will be all.
Yes, sir.
She can be a stubborn, just like her mother. Then, Hut, as you were, everyone, be seated. We've a lot to cover and not much time. Before I begin, I must acknowledge I've read your reports, Commander. Hershey, Valdez, and I'm quite impressed with the progress of your team. Hershey, Valdez, Wombat Stew, Heavy and Bomb. You are all a credit to your commander, as well as to the realm. And now, the reason you've been assembled. Herewith, your first mission. Bomb. At its origins some 15 years ago, this kingdom defended its honor and citizenry from the aggressions of the Overlanders. Those were dark days indeed, just as matters grew worse. Sire, the castle is in danger of falling into enemy hands. Never. Not while we can fight to our last breath.
My lord, the kingdom can't afford to lose your wisdom. You must seek sanctuary.
Darling Alicia, your place is in the bunkers with, Julela, Rosie, and the children. They were evacuated in the Knothole Caverns by our ancestors for such a purpose. However, I must lead our proud warriors against those that would destroy us. Commander St. John, sire, please escort Queen Alicia and the boy to safety in Knothole. I'm sorry, sire, but Knothole is cut off to us for the time being. We have only one other option. I want you and a team of your best troops to escort the Queen to her residence on the floating island right now. As you command, sire.
While the commander and his troops escorted my beloved wife to safety, several of the realm's finest,
and I engaged the Overlanders in Mortal Kombat, the video game. We may have persevered in the kingdom, but apparently the commander and his team did not. The last I heard was that the Overlanders had attacked the Queen's convoy upon reaching the floating island. We lost all contact with them after that. I sent a team to investigate sometime later, and not a trace could be found. Recently, new evidence has emerged that could reveal what had happened to the Queen and her guardsmen. Commander, I order you to take your team to the floating island, find out what happened, and solve the mystery that has haunted me for many a night. Whatever happened to Queen Alicia? The answer awaits you in Knuckles, Archives Volume 4. It's that guy. Who is Nate Morgan? I guess that's what that guy's name is.
Ixis Nagus. I guess it was wishful thinking when I assumed you'd been buried by that avalanche for good.
Come now, Sonic. Did you really believe that several tons of falling snow could affect a sorcerer? Who with a mere gesture can turn his entire body to earth, wind, fire, or water? Yes, you can do that. We get it.
No, but that's why it's called wishful thinking.
You and your measly sidekicks have chased me all over Mobius and have had enough. And I have had enough of your meddling, Quickster. Give you one last chance. Go back to your home in Mobotropolis. Leave me to my affairs and all shall be forgiven. You're in no position to grant anything to anyone, Ixis. Not until you tell me why you've brought your battles to my doorstep. I am the one who has been wronged in this instance, Nate Morgan. I was brought here against my will by your frosty, flea-bitten flunky, the abominable Snowbot. Roar! You always were a no-good liar, Ixis.
You used your elemental ability to stow yourself away in Eddie's flame-throwing cyborg arm. Otherwise, your foul form would never have gotten past the mystical wards placed around my fortress to keep out beings such as yourself.
Say, Tails, how's about we do what we came here for? You mean kick the Nixus's butt the way it was meant to be, Sonic? I'm there!
Get him. So be it. You've dug your grave, Quickster.
Can't breathe.
Now forever rest in now forever rest in it. And once I have done away with the hedgehog, his partner, and your bionic bodyguard, I can turn my focus toward my real reason for coming here. To Mobius's southern tundra, Nate Morgan, namely you. Ixis is using his mastery over the air to suck the oxygen molecules out of it. He's suffocating them. I must act swiftly or not at all. Maybe I'll go with not at all. I'm just kidding. Ixis, fetch! The lobbed oval-shaped object passes through the stained glass window as easily as a pebble through a pond, and so does Ixis Nagus in his desperate pursuit of it.
Whoa, I feel so lightheaded. What'd that horn-headed heel do?
Steady now.
You got rid of Ixis.
Only temporarily.
Still, it was awesome move for an ancient overlander. We started to black out and missed everything. How'd you do it, dude?
Got a few tricks of my own. As I'll wager Ixis is now finding out. A hologram! Curse you, Morgan! This protective wards around my fortress should keep the wretch out for the nonce? What? What's the nonce? The notes? In the meantime, allow me to introduce myself. Nathaniel Beauregard Morgan. You're a little bit on the rash side to be Jules the Hedgehog.
I'm his one and only son. You can call me Sonic. This is Miles Prower, my best bud in the whole world, but we all call him Tails. I want to apologize for thinking your big friend was on Ixis' side earlier.
Who, Eddie? He's loyal to me and no one else.
We thought we were chasing Ixis all the way down here to stop his continued threat to the Kingdom of Acorn. We were completely clueless he was coming here looking for you. Who are you anyway, Nate Morgan? How do you know my pops, or Ixis for that matter? You're an overlander, no offense.
Do you really wish to know my tale, young one? It was so long ago. It seems like it was a mere dream. Yours would be the only ears to ever have heard it, cites Eddie, that is, and perhaps the first to understand it. Once upon a time, I was an unknown geophysician who headed an underground team of scientists toiling away in the heart of the overland city of Megapolis. And what was it that demanded our attention every day and every night? What indeed? All seemed in readiness. It was supposed to be a viable alternative to the fossil fuels that have been polluting the countryside around us for years. But still, something nagged at me to wait before testing. No way! Isn't that Robotnik? I mean, his name is spelled backwards. But I thought Kentober was like the good Robotnik. I'm so confused. Something nagged at me to wait before testing. My assistant, Julian Kingtober of the House of Ivo, a brilliant young man with unlimited potential, assured me that he had checked on all the calibrations to the T. He told me to seize the day. Heaven help me, I did. I seized the day, and was soon after seized by the authorities. That's a really good quote. Sedition, negligence, endangering public lives, noise pollution, the list of crimes went on. It was decided that since there was no loss of life, I was to be banished from Overland forever. Only forever. If I survived my trek through the Badlands, I resolved myself to being killed by the anthropomorphic Mobians who often come into contact with my kind. As with Julian, before I made a gross error in judgment. And although it would have been easier to meet me with distrust and his royal guard did, King Frederick Acorn did just the opposite. that sure is a frame, a panel. And instead extended his hand in friendship. Extend my hand in Frederick. The kingdom of Acorn was very different back then. Unlike we Overlanders, you Mobians believed in the preservation of nature. It was the same reason why the kingdom remained in a pre-industrial state. With the awful memory of the accident in Overland City behind me, I felt once more at peace with myself, where I had been cast out by my own people. Here I was accepted, even as a member of the royal court. I resumed my work with new vigor, and now I finally had the necessary component to safely complete my test. The power locked within a Chaos Emerald. Its innate energies allowed the new clean air power source I had been trying to perfect for years before to come to fruition. With the legendary gem provided by King Frederick and my own power rings as a conduit for its awesome forces, the kingdom of Acorn quickly advanced into a technological golden age, and the city of Mobitropolis was built in commemoration. Where there were 4 natural elements on planet Mobius, there were now 5. Earth, wind, fire, water, and the power ring. the famous 5 elements. When are they gonna make Power Ring Pokemon? I was hailed as a hero by the populace, and later watched with pride as young Prince Maximilian accepted the sovereign mantle from his aging sire. Now the environmental ringmaker. I spent my time honing the finest young minds in the kingdom. I seem to recall having your father and his brother Charles as 2 of my finest students, Sonic. All was well at last, or so I had foolishly believed. King Max had certain advisors who felt threatened by my presence in Mobitropolis. When one of them, the royal wizard Ixis Nagus, could not convince the young monarch of my alleged traitorous nature, he sought out other allies. General Kodos hated Overlanders more than anyone in Mobitropolis. For Ixis, winning him over was child's play. Ixis set about their scheme, one that would involve controlling the already strained emotions of a lost contingent of Overlander ground troops. It's weird seeing so many humans. Oh my gosh. Did Ixis know that Kodos, his troops, and myself would run into the lost soldiers while performing an environmental survey of the Great Forest? Did Kodos? It was certainly odd that his armed troops should choose to accompany me on this occasion. My people aren't known for trying to settle arguments peacefully. And while neither are yours, you can guess what happened. I like this in August. The sights and sounds of the battle must have been heard as far away as Castle Acorn. because the next thing I recall was seeing King Max, Dr. Horatio Quack, a team of medics coming through the smoke. That was the last time I was glad to see a Mobian. From his bedside, the wounded Kodos told the king that it was I who revealed the location of the kingdom to the Overlanders. Ixis was quick to back him up in his lies. King Max and Queen Alicia were torn. I had bounced him on my knee when I was little. But that didn't belie the fact that Kodos and I were the only survivors of the skirmish. It was a terrible day. I would bear scars, inner and outer, from those events. I exiled myself this time. I had caused enough problems for Overlander and Mobian alike. Yes, it was a terrible day for us all. I hadn't gone very far in my travels when I, by pure accident, stumbled down the hollow stump of a once proud oak and found myself in an underground grotto leading to a hidden valley nearly tucked away beneath the thick expanse of underbrush. I could have lived out the rest of my days in that idyllic setting, but I didn't, however. Before making my way back up through the subtle knothole in the forest floor, I left a memento within my lost world. The ring technology was too powerful a force. Beings like Ixis and Kodos would seek to exploit it for their own selfish purposes. So I dropped the ring forge in a deep, murky lake where no one would ever find it. For many seasons I trudged onward until I came to the snowy wastelands of the southern tundra. Did you know that the temperature here, at the bottom of the world, always remains 0 degrees Fahrenheit? I had become so numb from the pain of my past that I hardly felt it. But was I numb enough? Among the Overlanders, there had been whispers of mutates that had been created as a result of the Days of Fury that occurred centuries past. There was no doubt in my mind that the snow beast trapped beneath the fallen avalanche was such a creature. But to hear its anguished voice, to see its pleading eyes, confirmed to me that pain was real to it, as it was to any Mobian or Overlander. But I had sworn to never involve myself in the affairs of either group. Hadn't I? My one weakness had always been that I was a scientist who followed his heart and not his brain. That choice would often lead me into disaster. But on that day, I listened to my conscience again. And I not only saved a life, but I gained a true friend who has been at my side ever since. We built this castle, our home, flagstone by flagstone, and lived here in peace until Ixis tried to breach its mystical defenses earlier. Don't you get it, Nate? Oh, sorry.
Don't you get it, Nate? You're the answer to a whole mess of riddles we've been asking ourselves for years. But it doesn't explain why Ixie would come all the way here gunning or magic wanding for you now. After all, didn't he get you out of the picture years ago?
Ixie, as you refer to him, did rid himself of me back then. He saw me as a threat to his continued position as royal wizard. He feared my science would replace his magic. But now I have something this fiend wants all to himself.
Like what?
Whoa.
Hold it! Don't say another word. I think I've got this one sewn up.
Ring.
Yay! Rosie!
Yippee!
Sorry. I'm happy. And Dulcie's cool too. Somewhere inside a building, not too far from what used to be Robotnik's command center.
Amy Rose! In here, Dulcie? Wait till you see what I found. I'd love to, Amy, but I'm afraid there's more of me than there is room inside. Oh, I'm sorry, Dulcie. Tell you what, I'll race you downstairs. This you just gotta see. there, you cheated. If you had a pair of wings, you'd do the same. Would not. Would too. Would not. Would too. Look at it this way. You could go anywhere you like on the inside. They sure didn't have dragons in mind when they built a lot of these places. I never thought of that. Aw, it's not like you're the only one. So what's the big excitement over, Amy? I found a book, but not just any book. This one's really special. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? How so? It's a book about a storyteller who could work wonders with his words and pictures. Sounds like a good story already. Oh, it's not a story. Marcus the Owl wrote a book about a real creator. A Great Dane named Kirby. I had no idea Kirby was a Great Dane. Sorry. He lived a long time ago. It's his stories that were to become our greatest legends. Yeah? So what about him? Alright, so what? It's only about him, not his stories. I didn't get to the punchline. According to this book, a complete set of Kirby's stories were donated to the Metropolis' library for safekeeping. I'm with you so far, Amy. That's if Robotnik didn't trash the library like he did virtually everything else. I hope not. Everyone's been so busy working to rebuild the city that we haven't had time to consider if anything survived that might be fun. Well, what'd you say we check it out, kiddo? Really, Dulcie? Hop aboard, Amy, and we're flying. Do you know where the library is, Dulcie? I know I sure haven't a clue. Relax, Amy. We dragons have an unerring sense of direction. Unfortunately, the library is in a rough section of town. Maybe we should turn back. No, Dulcie. Not when we're so close. Please? I suppose, Amy. But at the first sign of trouble, I'll be the first to say, out of here, Dulcie. Oh. Wait, what? Is that Amy saying that? I'll be the first to say, out of here, Dulcie. Here's the library. What's left of it, that is. At least there's something left. Wow, this is some place. Big enough even for you, Dulcie. Pretty dark, too. Everywhere you look, nothing but books. Lots and lots of books. I'm surprised Robotnik didn't get a... Oh, sorry. I'm surprised Robotnik didn't hold a bonfire here. Is this what you're looking for, Amy? Something called the D-Man? A Kirby book. Look around, there's gotta be more. Kirby created so much, it literally filled volumes. Amy? Did you hear that? Yeah, it sounded like a door opening. You thinking what I'm thinking? Somebody else is here. We should be getting back, don't you think? Sounds like a plan to me. Rats. Just as we were about to hit the treasure chest. Don't worry, Amy. Once we tell the others what we found, I'm sure they'll be excited to come back with us. You think so? With all those stories waiting to be discovered, Amy, I'm sure of it. Hello? Who is that? Hello?
The full story is rarely ever told, with many layers upon layers waiting to be peeled away. There are many secrets waiting to be explored in Mobotropolis, the library being only one of them. Next issue, however, our attention turns to the origin of Ixis Nagus. I'm just curious where we're at. Okay, so we're halfway. Defeated. What? Why did they draw him like this? This is the Nagus Robotnik fusion. Power rings.
You've got a whole mess of power rings in here, Nate.
Yes, I do, Sonic. Yes, I do. I forged them myself, each near a limitless power source.
Way past cool.
Roar!
Then again, yo, what's up with that? Tails are the good guys, remember?
I believe, Sonic, that Eddie was only trying to inform you that I won't have the ring's power exploited by outsiders like the sorceress Ixis Nagus, who attacked this fortress, my home, earlier.
Exploited? Outsiders? All we're saying is, power rings are so rare, just think of all the good you could do with these. You could even move back to Mobotropolis and help us.
Nate! Friend! Nate, stay!
He can talk?
A little bit in our language, and a lot in his own. Don't you fret, Eddie. I'm not going anywhere. My days as a loyal citizen of Mobotropolis were over long ago.
Oh, that's great. Just great. Listening to your story made me think you were a hero. It even gave me hope for Outlanders. But now I see you for what you are. Someone who was once a hero, but now chooses to hide himself away because of a few bad breaks. Why can't you be a hero again, Nate?
Because it never works.
Whoa! Look, Sonic, the wall of the cave. It's changing. I see it, Tails. It's taking on a sickeningly familiar shape. It's Ixis Nagus.
Greetings once more, Quickster. I've used my elemental mastery of the earth to infiltrate Nate Morgan's so-called fortress and finally find his power ring storehouse. And now it only remains for me to use that self-same power to eliminate all of you. Eddie, we've been cut off from Sonic and Tails. Wait, Eddie. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait, Eddie, put me down. The ceiling has collapsed. Nate, friend! Nate, stay! I can't, Eddie. They're buried. Hold on. I see some movement. Uh-oh, we better move out of the way, Eddie. It looks like there's going to be some trouble. Nate Morgan is not one for understatement, but even he could not have predicted this turn of events. Oh wait, maybe this is just the narrator saying this. The power rings are no more, and all have been absorbed into the three transformed figures before him. But just how many rings have each of them been used to bolster their own unique abilities? 50? 100? 1,000? And more importantly, what will the consequences of such actions ultimately be? The aged geophysician does not have long to wait before he receives an answer, but a sinister fiend, Ixis Nagus, immediately begins inscribing, meow, hi Fuki, arcane symbols into the very air around his being, while at the same time revealing his intent. With his newfound power, he now toils to open the doorway to an alternate reality called the Zone of Silence. He had accidentally done so years ago, back when he was still Mobotropolis' royal wizard, bored with the great war between the Mobians and the Overlanders. Ixis left this plane of reality to explore another. The cool blue radiance projected by the being that leaps toward Ixis, interrupting his ranting, is not that of Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, it's not Sonic the Hedgehog? And when the energized speedster announces his name, Ultrasonic. Oh, it's not Sonic, it's Ultrasonic. What? His voice is changed as well. Ixis replies with twin jets of optical flame. But it's so wild how random the art style is. Like, where was the one? Wait, I'm going the wrong way. I'm sorry. I'm going forward. I meant to go backward. I love how he looks here. He looks like he belongs in the Sonic world here. And then suddenly they start drawing him
I'm going the wrong way again. Start drawing him like this. And this. Okay. That are doused by a mentally constructed shield of ice water generated by this nuisance of which he seeks to rid himself. It looks like a flashback of when they were drawing him better. Those were the days. While Ultrasonic quickly relays the situation to his airborne ally, Hyper Tails. What is... They don't look any different, though. They're talking about them like they transformed, but they look exactly the same. The zone of silence begins to spill into reality at Ixis's behest. And for as long as he remains there, he would always be a being of absolute power. For it is in that other place that the former royal wizard found his magical skill greatly enhanced. Hypertails then sets a squadron of feathered familiars upon the villain to make sure history won't repeat itself. But with a wave of more than capable claw, Hypertails' chirping charges are suddenly frozen in flight.
Nate, friend! Nate, stay! No, Eddie. I can't let this go on.
The combatant's fury escalates with each passing moment. Boiling liquid splashes against a wall of constructed granite. And Ixis tells of how he met and gained the allegiance of the Mobian called Feist? Who was he's so big. Who was banished to the zone of silence a short time after Ixis had arrived there.
How dare you wreck my home, Nagus?
After a monstrously piercing cackle and a mystic gesture later, Nate is swept off his feet and into the arms of a valiant Vulpine. Then,
What happened, Tails? I can't remember, Sonic.
me when I read this comic.
Feel so weak.
Incredible. They both seem to have no recollection of their transformation. Because they didn't... I mean, I guess Sonic had, like, stars around him, and Tails had little birds around him. I don't know. It didn't really look like a different form. Ugh. The ring's energy was never meant for this type of usage. They've burned themselves out. While Ixis's power grows dangerously out of control, it was that identical mastery of atomic particles that allowed him to transform all who entered his zone. The Warlord Kodos, King Maximilian Acorn, Arachnus, and many others, into crystallized forms. They were given the ability to control their crystallization that enabled them all to survive the ravages of that lost locale as long as they remained loyal to Ixis. They became his legion. Soon, though, Nagus will need no one. The Zone of Silence will have replaced this reality, and Ixis will reign supreme once more. But there is one loose end that requires tying up. That is how the evil wizard sees Nathaniel Beauregard Morgan as a loose end and no more. And how does Nate see Ixis? In a new light an instant later, and the battle is over. But with a wish, true of heart, from the powerful hidden ring in his eyepiece, Ixis is gone, and the Zone of Silence has been resealed. And the heroes? Whoops, another avalanche? Roar! Eddie? Oh no, Eddie, we've got to get out of here! Before the roof caves in!
I'm on it. With my triple S spin. I feel like I've run all the way to Mobotropolis and back. I feel so tired.
And it's up to me, Sonic.
Nate, wait!
I can't. Hold on, Eddie. Hold on. Nate, friend! Nate, go!
Oh, he's crying! I think he's gonna die. Eddie! Oh no!
Eddie! I'm sorry. It's both sad and funny. I'm sorry.
Nate Morgan in all of his travels, whether he was among overlanders or Mobians, had never, ever known what victory meant, and so was not aware that sometimes has its price. Today, Nate has finally won a battle, and at last paid dearly. And then there was one, or the until now untold origin of Ixis Naugus. What are these guys? Look at the lobster! No one recalls what happened on planet Mobius before the final days of fury over 100 years passed. All that is known is that on this day, a significant cataclysm shook the continents to their very foundations, and wiped out all historical records the world over. Still, there are those who seek the hidden knowledge contained within the past.
Once again, we have met with failure, brothers.
Agonis speaks the truth. Nusgau, even our combined spells cannot allow us three to glean what caused the damage to our world centuries before.
That matters not, Sugana. If we cannot harness those same energies that shattered the globe previously, then the ancient order of Ixis shall devise other means with which to achieve power. I have heightened my mystical abilities to give me not only command of the wind, but over your native elements as well.
Lies! I am the one sole master of the earth,
And I of the water.
petty fools. Have we not traded the secrets of nature's elements with each other to combine our might? Or did you forget that each of us now possesses the same abilities?
There is only one last element to control, and then we shall be unstoppable. But to do so, we must emerge into the sunlight. It is from the source that we shall learn the secret of fire. Firstly, we shall use Agonis's earth powers to cross over the terrain. Second, it shall be Sugana's water control to navigate the sea. And lastly, we shall soar through the sky together using my air abilities before entering into the sun.
We shall see about that.
Each of the mystics use their arcane powers to propel them across the face of the land, toward the edge of the rocky cliffs, and the choppy oceans beyond it.
Little do Sugana and Nusgau expect that I have not equally shared my abilities over the land with them. I have kept a portion for myself. My treachery will ensure my mastery over the sun's fire. I alone shall control the four elements.
I can scarcely believe this.
Agonis has used his powers to unfairly race ahead of Nusgau and I. Two can play at that game.
That traitorous cretin, however you pronounce that.
He kept a portion of his water-wielding abilities to make him more adept at swimming undersea. How utterly shellfish! Now Sugana has the lead. He must not be allowed to reach the sun first.
So, Agonis, it seems we are not allies after all.
Now that I am airborne, I shall use my own skill over the skyways to pass Sugana.
Not so fast, Nusgau.
Farewell, Sugana. Believe me,
you don't want to be around once I have the power of Mobius' sun at my fingertips.
Why of all the unfair?
Surely it is time to follow Agonis' lead.
Unhand me, Agonis. Release me, Sugana.
Never. If one of us goes, then the entire order of Ixis goes.
Is Naugus like a fusion of these three guys somehow? Elsewhere on Mobius.
Look, Father. father, a falling star.
Make a wish, Maximilian. Wait, does Sally have a brother or something? Or is that not King Acorn? And the following morning. What is that commotion outside of our royal dining hall, Frederick? I know not, my queen. Suddenly, the oak doors fly open to reveal a bizarre figure. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Ixis Naugus, a wizard of great power and ability. I offer you, Queen Frederick, my humble services, and together we shall lead the kingdom of Acorn into a golden age. A beginning? I'm sorry, the way Nate is drawn, it's like way too detailed. He does not look like he belongs in the Sonic universe. Sorry. After weeks of scouring planet Mobius for the villainous Ixis Naugus, Sonic the Hedgehog and his best buddy Tails had at long last tracked down the wizard. With help from their new friend, Nate Morgan, they defeated their arch nemesis once and for all. Now our intrepid heroes make their trek homeward to Mobotropolis. Before they do, there is one final task that remains to be fulfilled. A task Sonic alone can accomplish.
Like, whoa, I can see it, but I can hardly believe it. It's there, just like Nick Morgan told me. The lost temple of Shazamazan tucked away in the middle of the great rainforest. Who would have ever thought a place like this could have gotten by without old Robotnik ever messing it up with his foul, fossil-fueled factories? Guess I got so used to his polluted port city, Robotropolis, I forgot that a paradise as clean as this could even exist. The scenery is happening a way past cool way, but for now I'd better juice on over to the temple and sightsee later. Triple spin! Tails and I never expected to see this part of the planet when we left Mobotropolis to find Ixis Naugus. There was no way on Mobius we could have predicted half of what's gone down since. And I had to hand it to Ixis. For an evil wizard bent on taking over everything, he sure knew how to keep a low profile. We hadn't seen hide nor hair of him till we got to the southern tundra, the bottom of the world. Matter of fact, we hadn't seen any overlanders since Robotnik bit the big one. We sent his assistant. We sent his ass. We sent his assistant Snively out to the Devil's Island gulag. But Nate Morgan wasn't like any overlander I ever met. He was the creator of all the power rings on the globe. Oh, he sure talked a good talk when he said he only cared about himself and his own being his best friend, Eddie, the abominable Snowbot. And yet he still threw in with me and Tails when it came to fight Nixis, who planned on using the energy from Nate's power ring vault to open the Zone of Silence. An alternate reality in which he had unlimited power. And so it happens. Me, Ixis, and Tails wound up absorbing the power from Nate's rings. And though we don't remember any of it, we were miraculously transformed into souped-up versions of ourselves. What's strange is I remember being supersonic, but not this time. According to Nate, I became ultrasonic, and Tails was now Hyper Tails. Ixis, well, he just became a bigger, badder jerk. It took our combined talents to seal the zone, and Ixis within it. We had won. So why did what happened next have to happen at all? The force of the rift closing up caused a titanic avalanche. The roof of Nate's castle caved in above us. We would have been goners, if not for Eddie. He bought us enough time to get out, but he didn't make it.
Eddie, Nate doesn't even look sad. He's just like, oh, what? What's going on?
We lost a friend and gained one at the same time. Because after that, Nate decided to come home with us to modify Mobitropolis's power sources to ring technology. Problem is, a temporary ring that's been flying my biplane is so low on energy, we'll never make it back unless I go inside. I don't know what Nate was warning me about. I can't figure for the life of me why Tails was telling me to be careful. I kept telling him it'd be a cakewalk. This temple ain't so bad. Crawling around on my belly isn't exactly my style. But this time, I guess I'll have to make an exception. Hey, that was close. Now I'm ready to move on. Yikes! Gotta make, like, lightning. Woohoo! Space. It's where you'll find planet Mobius spinning... Wait, is this just the narrator? It's where you'll find planet Mobius spinning endlessly in its complex orbit. On the surface, Sonic's sneakers have just caught fire. His dilemma, however, cannot be seen from this far point. Don't worry, though. This is space, and though unseen from below, things are happening up here, too. TSAT unit back online and commencing system location of target. Target acquired, system locked, and beginning activation now. Meanwhile, at the lost temple of Shazamazan. Oh. Shazamazan? Shazamazan. That's how you're supposed to say that, I think. Shazamazan. It's so dumb. Sorry. Beneath the leafy rainforest ceiling, the shadows move across the statues of the ages-old edifice. And vice versa. Sheesh, talk about burning rubber. Could that be it? Could that be the Ring of Acorns? Gotta remember what Nate said, and then do it. Exactly. Got it. Game, at last, over. Uh-oh, the walls are closing in. Taking the ring must have activated some kind of hidden booby trap in this room. Looks like the only way out is up. It's Robotnik. I miss him so much. I'm going to put your lights out, Hedgehog. Robotnik's coming. Watch how fast I vacate this lighthouse. Ugh, I forgot about spiral stairs. Whoa, snake. Big snake. That was no circular chamber. It was a sleeping mutate. Definitely one of the monsters Nate spoke of. Created out of the forgotten wars of Mobius' past. No time to worry about where it came from, Hog. Only what's it's about to do this very second, which is eat me. Not. Well, I guess that about wraps it up. Huh? I better get to steppin'. Nothing I hate. I better get to steppin'. Nothing I hate worse than bowling, except maybe needlepoint. Sonic hates bowling? Aww. That's sad, because bowling can be fun. Oh no. Those weren't statues outside the temple. They're mindless Robians, like the ones we tackled in Sandblast City. In other words, hostiles. I sure could use a vacation. Gotta juice like there's no tomorrow. That mutated snake's about to strike! And outside, trouble awaits. Okay guys, here's the drill. I got through the gunfire, licked the lava pit, retrieved the ring, and survived the slumbering super serpent. You wanna cut me some slack? You have a weird relationship with bowling? How so? So, Mr. Morgan.
Call me Nate, Tails.
Okay, Nate. If you're the one who made and put the Ring of Acorns in the Temple of Shazamazan years ago, then what was originally there? What'd the ring replace?
Oh, that. It was one of the legendary Super Emeralds of Mobius.
A Super Emerald? What'd you do with it?
Why, I used it to create those rings Nagus wanted, since I was without a chaos.
Tails! Nate! Like, start the engines! With this! I don't get it. Why the huge rush? Oh, okay.
Mostly bad, but I've also almost bowled a perfect game. Same. I mean, not a perfect game, but it's like really random. How well we do in a given game. It's like, am I going to have a sense of like throwing straight today or not? It could go many different ways. It seems like it's hard to be consistent. Like, yeah. Sonic, I've got it in place.
Style it. Now hang on, because it's going to take a wing and a prayer for us to... What the? You gotta be kidding.
Oh, tiny snakes.
What's with this ring of acorns anyway? Why aren't we halfway to Mobitropolis by now?
Just make a wish.
A wish? Well, I've had enough of this jungle adventure. Now I wish we were... and over with.
Oh, Lupe. It
doesn't take long for bad news to travel around here, Lupe. Sure I can't talk you out of leaving?
Yes, you heard, huh, Princess? I'm not afraid. I'm afraid not, Princess. Plain and simple, Mobitropolis was never home to our kind.
It could be, Lupe. If you want it so. You and the pack are more than welcome.
Perhaps. But it has been long, so very long, since we last saw our loved ones. If Lita and Lyko found us here, then there must be other wolves out there too.
I'm sorry. I was thoughtless.
Lupe! There's Lupe! At last! My people are not known for being open with outsiders, Princess. With a common enemy threatening everyone's interests, we simply felt it would be best to align ourselves with your cause. It's getting a bit brisk, Lupe. We'd better move fast if we hope to get far. Point taken, Reynard. All right, everyone. Get ready to move out at double quick time. Farewell, Lupe. Wish you and the pack a safe journey. Your comrade Antoine has a saying. And I think it goes like this. Au revoir, my dear princess.
Until next time, Lupe. Provided there is a next time. Princess? You sure you still want to take some time off at Knothole Village? I mean, with Lupe leaving and all? It'll be okay. In fact, let's leave now so we can plan a nice surprise for Sonic. I'm sure he'll be back in time for his birthday at the end of the week. How can you be so sure he'll be back for it at all, Sugar Sal? Just a feeling, I guess.
What a relief to leave that sewer. Of all the places available, why on Mobius would they want to live there? To them, it's home, Diablo. It's where they enjoyed their happiest moments. As I enjoyed life with my beloved Lobo and our cubs at the Great Canyon until the Great War is almost upon us, Lupe. You must take the children to safety, Lobo. We drew lots over who would fight and who would protect the pack's cubs from harm. Through the luck of the draw, I led some of the pack into battle, while Lobo and the remaining pack sought shelter for the cubs. We thought we were alone, facing a great adversary, until one day we discovered strangers entering our hallowed grounds.
Hey, why are you following us, pal?
You trespass our land. Upon Reynard bringing them to me, I soon learned Princess Sally was every bit as tough, as vulnerable as she looked. An alliance was forged and has remained steadfast ever since. With the war over, I now long for home and family.
As do we all, Lupe. Take heart, Canis. It's only a matter of days before we rejoin the pack. Hold. I don't remember a river of such magnitude cutting across our path from the Great Canyon.
Nor do I, but it's there now.
Fortunately for us, I still have my raft. This should see us across before it becomes impossible to navigate the waters. Everyone in. Let's hope the river flow doesn't get any stronger while we sail. We must be further north from where we should be. None of this looks familiar.
Not necessarily, though we have traveled far. The breadth of Mobius is greater beyond our experience.
Canis is right. Nature has been acting quite unpredictable of late with all the recent storms. Who knows what has resulted from nature's fury? We may find out soon enough. The rains are beginning to fall. Lupe, the currents are getting harder for us to row. Keep going, Diablo. We can't stop now. Hold tight, everyone. We're almost there to the other side.
Happy birthday, Sonic. Hope you survived the experience.
Several weeks ago, Knothole Village was invaded by Robotnik and his metallic SWATbot horde. It was there, in the once hidden home of the Freedom Fighters, that the evil doctor detonated his doomsday device, the ultimate annihilator. For Robotnik, its effect was not what he had desired. Instead of obliterating Knothole, the mad scientist had erased himself out of existence. But despite this beneficial blunder, Knothole Village was now gone as well. The question is, where to?
Do you think that Knothole Village will remain 3 hours in the future forever, Princess Sally?
Who knows, Antoine? Right now, I'm more concerned whether or not a certain blue hedgehog will be home for his 16th birthday.
He's been here for the other 15.
But never has our son undertaken a mission that has taken him so far from home for such a lengthy time, Rotor. Jules is right. It doesn't look like my nephew will be in Knothole for this one, kids.
If he's not here, then where is...
Surprise! What are they wearing?
After Robotnik's rule, the sight of an overlander, even one as short as you, could cause a panic among the Mobians, Nate.
Point taken. Say, what's all the excitement about? I can hardly believe I'm back in Mobitropolis after all these years. Though it doesn't look like the city I left. But why the disguises, my friends?
Yeah, Sonic, some kind of parade is about to take place. Even though we landed my biplane on the outskirts of town, I think word might have gotten out early about her coming back home, Tails. From the look of things, these sly citizens are putting together a big, fat surprise birthday bash for yours truly. Talk about an adoring public. We'd better keep these robes on so nobody'll recognize us. I don't want to blow the surprise. Come on.
Space, the final frontier. Who can suspect what lies beyond its outermost reaches? Who indeed? KSAT unit back online and commencing system location of target. Target acquired, system locked, and beginning activation now. Meanwhile, in the deserted city of West Robotropolis, on Big Kahuna Island.
So what are we going to do, Snively? What about Drago? About Warlord Kodos and Arachnus? Who else?
I don't know what to do. I am in charge here. It was my genius that allowed us to escape the Devil's Island gulag.
I don't know why in the world we bothered to bring them along with us after we broke out of jail. Just look, they're made out of pure crystal. Maybe they're worth something sleuth doggy like diamonds.
Wasn't it? I mean, I'm not quite sure how I did it, but
all the cell doors opened after I said I was going to liberate myself.
I say we forget about him and pool our talents for figuring out how to take over Mobotropolis. We gotta be sly, real sneaky-like. You're talking out of your hat, Knack. We've gotta treat this invasion like it's a military operation. You read me? Bah.
Both you and the Weasel are way off base, Sergeant Simeon. Our attack has gotta be aerial or not at all.
Yeah, like we've all got wings here. Yeah, like we've all got wings here. Took me a second to realize that was sarcasm. You stick, shut up! Tell me why I oughta.
Come on, fellas. How about a little, guys?
Surprise!
We're back.
In the Great Forest.
I got to say, sure is a pleasure every time we visit Knothole Village, y'all.
I second that, Bunny. These past 3 days almost seemed like a real vacation. As a matter of fact, Princess, I am receiving an urgent signal from your father, the king, on my built-in radio transmitter. Thanks, Nicole. And you too, Rotor. Nicole's upgraded systems are fantastic.
Think nothing of it, Sally.
Princess, we've been trying to contact you for
Oh, sorry, that's not Nicole. Princess, we've been trying to contact you for 2 days now. All of you must return to Mobotropolis immediately, or you'll miss the citywide celebration. To honor someone from your past who has finally returned after some time away.
Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking?
Sonic's back!
Back in Mobotropolis.
Seems like you're really popular around these parts, Sonic.
You think? You ought to check out Sandblast City. Nay. Oh, wait a minute. Bad idea.
But
I guess this is what happens when your local above average way past cool hero leaves home for a while. You're going to see the parade, Rosie?
goodness gracious, yes, children.
Huh?
Stay on the ground, Tails. The way you hover might blow our cover.
Sorry.
That cloaked trio, their voices have a familiar ring.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Hello there? Oh no, no, no.
Oh no, look out! Robotnik pin up.
Does this mean that he's coming back the way they keep putting coloring pages of him? I miss him.
Run!
The skies are falling. Say, this isn't part of the celebration.
And that, Tails, is our cue to save the day. Let's go!
A few blocks away. Falling asteroids are destroying the city. We've got to do something. Antoine, Bunny, Rotor, Amy Rose. Let's move.
If you've got a handle on these innocent bystanders, I can put the lockdown on these flames, little buddy. I hear you, Big Blue.
Falling asteroids? Why, of all the unlucky...
Hooray, Dulcie!
Y'all hang tight, you hear? It's Bunny Rabbit to the rescue.
This way, citizens.
Lord, my new trousers are very nearly singed.
What he said.
Nicole, can you give me an analysis of the situation? How could any of this be happening in the first place? But not close enough to be caught by its gravity. According... Oh, wait. I think we're supposed to read the bottom one first. According to my astronomics file, a cluster of asteroids was scheduled to pass within close proximity to planet Mobius, Princess Sally, but not close enough to be caught by its gravity. It seems like we've got ourselves a... mystery? Hold it 1 second. A speeding figure rushing off to save helpless innocents?
Sonic! Sally! No!
You're home. I can't believe you're finally home. Surprise, Sal.
Look, gang, it is Sonic, and the asteroids have stopped.
Hooray! And as usual, he brings with him the Sonic Boom. What am I, chopped chili dog? Double hooray!
Tails is back too.
It is Miles Prower, complete with asteroid shower. But who is this?
I, youthful gent, am Nathaniel Beauregard Morgan. Call me Nate.
Let me handle this, Nate. That overlander thing, you know. This dude helped us kick Ixis Nagus' butt right on back to the Zone of Silence. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. Oh my goodness, Sonic. Is my father okay? You told us you had returned and... Wait a minute, Sal. I haven't seen your dad. I'm surprised he'd even know I was back. But then why the big celebration?
His Highness must have been talking about someone else from your past when he contacted you earlier, Sally.
I say we go find out.
Princess, I am quite pleased to see you here in such record time, and doubly overjoyed that you're unharmed by today's disaster.
Thanks, Dad. I'm glad to see that you're fine too. But look, Dad, Sonic has returned from traveling the globe with this amazing news about his mission to stop Ixis Nagus.
Yes, Sally. That's all fine and well, but we've no time for such trivialities. Not that I mean to diminish Sonic's accomplishments, however. We have important matters to attend to.
Important matters?
Presenting Prince Elias Acorn. After being secretly smuggled to the floating island at the onset of the Great War between us and Overlanders, my son... Is it Elias or Elias? I think it's Elias. Son Elias and my Queen Alicia lived there until today. Jeffrey St. John's mission was to find them. And find them he did! And, as of 2 days ago, they are once again back where they belong. Back in the Kingdom of Acorn. Now what's this hidden horror beneath this here hood?
Huh?
It's a bleeding overlander making an assassination attempt on our liege, no doubt. But they should have sent someone taller, mate. Back off, St. John. You got a problem. Jeffrey, you've made a simple mistake. For this overlander you refer to was once the single greatest ally of the kingdom. Welcome home, Uncle Nate. Missed you. It's good to see you as well, Max. It's good to see you as well. Oh, so much for my big birthday homecoming celebration. Hold that thought, Hedgehog, while our readers flip the page. Aw.
Man, that was way past close, and it's a good thing, too. I'm a sucker for happy endings.
No sign of anyone around. Keep moving, Lita. Though they departed Mobatropolis with the intention of returning to their own kind, destiny works in strange ways, and it is here, in the remains of a once proud city, that will determine their future.
I'm fine, Canis. My sister's problem is another matter. What can I say? I just get nervous on ladders.
Don't worry, Lyco. I won't let you fall in. Can we move it along, guys? The water is getting rougher. I have no desire to get tossed into the drink.
We'll begin scouting for a place to camp once we get past these ruins. Is everyone all set?
Come on, everyone. Let's get our tails in gear. Where's Diablo? It's right behind me, Reynard. What are you doing, Diablo? No telling when we'll use this baby again. I need to finish letting the air out so I can store this away. Forget about that. We have the time. Fine. Don't blame me if we have a problem later on. We'll just improvise, as we always have.
This way, everyone. Let's pick up the pace while we're at it.
Seems like we have a lot of area to cover. What do you think happened here, Lupe? I don't see even a trace of bot or living being around. Hold it. I just heard something.
Where? It could have come from any direction. I heard it as well. It sounded like it originated somewhere close by. Over there! I thought I just saw something move. Follow me, everyone. Be ready for anything. There must be an entrance over there. Going in may not be a brilliant idea, Senorita. Maybe we should wait and see if they come out first. There is someone that could be afraid of newcomers. More likely, they're lining us up for the kill. Shh. Gotcha. Oh. Human jump scare. Well, look what I found. A small child. Not just a child. She's an overlander. Others of her kind are most likely nearby. You may be right, but what do you suggest? We can't just abandon her until we are certain she has someone to take care of her. Why take chances? Get rid of the brat before she can lead us to an overlander trap.
No, don't hurt my sister.
Oh my gosh, the feet. This is so strange. As I was saying, where there's one, there's more. Don't you dare hurt that child, Reynard. Have your senses taken leave, Lupe? Her people could overcome us at any moment. Give me the child, Reynard. I promise you no one is going to harm you or your sister. Do you have a name, child?
Ariel. My name is Ariel.
And does she have a name as well?
Athena. And she can't talk. Here I thought she was just being shy around strangers.
Oh, here I thought she was just being shy around strangers. Where are your parents, Ariel?
Gone. All gone.
The little whelp is lying. Hush, Reynard. Gather the others while I decide what we should do next. Which one is this? Okay, 2 more. This is issue number 69. If you're wondering. This is Mobotropolis, the largest city on the Earth. The world of Mobius. Like World of Mobius. On the Earth like World of Mobius. I can read. When Julian Kingtober of the House of Ivo came here seeking sanctuary over a decade ago, its citizens could never suspect his true intentions were that he would become the evil Dr. Robotnik. A man who would change the face of Mobotropolis and the very planet for the worse. Now, after the villain's overthrow all these years ago, the populace knows better. King Maximilian Acorn has reclaimed his crown and his castle, and life has returned to... Who is in the test tube?
Come on. Come on, everyone. King Max, Princess Sally, Prince Elias. There's absolutely no reason for glum.
We need a sippy.
There's absolutely no reason for glum faces at all. Though Queen Alicia remains asleep, indefinitely within a cryogenic tube here in Castle Acorn's med lab, the low temperatures required to maintain her icy slumber have somehow miraculously halted the mysterious illness that has taken her. The bad news is she won't get any better, but the good news is she won't get any worse. This'll free me and my medical team up to figure out how exactly what's wrong. Don't worry, we'll try our best. You've got my word. The word of Dr. Horatio Quack.
Dad, I need to know the truth. You always told me Mom had died during the Great War with the Overlanders when I was just a baby. But you never told me I had an older brother who was supposed to have perished alongside her. You are too young to remember him, Sally. Elias was with your mother aboard a convoy carrying them to our resistance on the floating island when their craft was shot down by overlander air troops. I caught a bug. Aha. We hunted high and low, but found no trace of them or the rest of their missing party. They had all but vanished into thin air. I held on to hope for as long as I could, but after a while, I feared for the worst. I knew you would someday ask about your mother when you were older, but seeking to spare you from any further pain, I kept Elias's existence a secret from you. When new evidence recently emerged that led me to believe that your mother, and he may have indeed survived the incident all those years ago, I assigned Commander Jeffrey St. John as head of my secret service, the mission of learning if the rumor was really true. Rumors can be harmful, Sally. I didn't wish to falsely raise your hopes with one, so I may not have been as forthcoming as you would have liked regarding this course of action. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I did it with intentions of making you happy. And when St. John contacted me and reported his amazing success, I knew I had done the right thing. I should never have placed the pressure of future leadership on your young shoulders. Not while Elias is here. On the day I descend the kingdom of Acorn's throne, I wish it to be he who rules in my stead. I think I might take a little break, go to the bathroom, get a little snacky, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Hello, I am back. Thank you for your patience. Alrighty. Get a sip. Meanwhile, just outside Castle Acorn. So it was Crockbot controlling Duckbill Platypus from the Down Under Freedom Fighters all along? Huh, Sonic?
You bet your beaker, Rotor. Well, with me and Tails in town, I guess you could say we pulled the plug on his scaly operation. Way to go, Sugar Hog. Sounds like you boys had some wild adventures while you were away. Wait until Princess Sally hears about it.
And on a nearby rooftop. You see what I see? As plain as the whiskers on my face, pal. I'm stealing that. Actually, I don't have whiskers. Snuggle has whiskers, so they could use that. We better radio the head honcho right away. Come in, Omega. Come in. Omega. That's not my Omega. I hear you, Alpha. Report. I'll never guess who's back in Mobatropolis. Sonic!
Nate Morgan, how's it going?
So far, so good, my young friend. Perhaps returning to Mobatropolis with you was the right choice after all. And although Kintober, or whatever you want to call him, has left a legacy of pollutants and toxic waste in the 20-something years since I left, beholding the joy in King Max's eyes upon seeing me after all this time makes me happy to be home.
Mr. Morgan, my name's Amy Rose. Did you really create all of the power rings on Mobius? Sonic said you did.
Well then, Sonic spoke the truth.
Wow!
I love her little heart. Is that like a little barrette?
Look, there's Princess Sally and the rest of the royal fam right now.
Sonic? Sonic! It's still so hard to believe you're back. I'm glad to see you guys.
Why, this is the first time I've seen you crack a smile all day, Princess. Maybe you should go out with your friends and enjoy the nice weather we're having.
Go out? No way, I can't. Not when Mom is still so sick. Come now, Princess. Remember what Dr. Quack said about trusting him. I think you should follow his sound medical advice, head out, and have some fun. Start by showing Elias and Nate around our fair city. Do you believe any of this? I can't. And since you're not so big on words, this is Beta to Omega. Come in, Omega. It's up to me to get in touch with the boss and let him know exactly what's what. If you will excuse me, all, at the moment, I have some royal matters to attend to. At the risk of sounding like a complete party pooper, I must respectfully decline your invitation to venture forth from the castle's confines. The past few days have been so demanding that I find myself still a bit tired from the entire experience. See you soon. Bye. I wonder what's up with Sally's bro. Soon, amidst the bustling avenues of Mobatropolis.
Like, wow, a genuine long-lost brother, huh, Sal? That's way past cool.
I suppose. That doesn't sound good.
Just a sec, everybody. I see temptation that just can't be resisted. 2, please. So, what's been shaking in MOBA over the past month?
Not a whole lot, Sonic. It's been real quiet.
Here you go, Nate. Eat up.
What is it exactly?
The food of the hogs.
Well, doesn't that beat just about everything? Those jokers are rubbing elbows with, of all creatures, an overlander. You're telling me. You'd think they'd think twice about doing something like that after how Doc Botnick and the boss messed up their lives. Do you read me, Omega? Loud and clear, Gamma. Report. Dig this seed. A few blocks later.
Geez, what is this place? It is a juice bar. 100% all natural.
This is one of many new establishments that's been built since we reclaimed the city.
Boy, this place is great. How did we ever leave home in the first place, Tails? To stop Ixis Nagus from wiping out all of reality, Sonic? Oh, yeah.
I seem to be drawing quite a bit of attention. Perhaps I should go?
Don't worry, Nate. They just can't possibly judge you based on the actions of a few other Overlanders, can they?
Then how about the actions of all Overlanders? Our two species have never truly accepted each other. Except for that time you used your mondo awesome scientific talents to bring our entire kingdom out of the Middle Ages, huh? Am I good or am I great? Lots of laughs later. LOL. Or, LOLL. Sorry. Say, Antoine, is it my imagination or does Bunny have an even bigger crush on you now than before Tails and I juiced on over to Mobo? She hangs on your every mispronounced word. Well, of that I am not quite sure. I am only aware that her voice has the ring of a southern belle. The sunlight, it gives her a certain polish. The summer breeze. Okay, chill with the poetry, words worse. I'll catch you drift. You like her a whole lot. Oui. That's great, just great. Say, Aunt, there's been a lot of reunions since we beat old Robotnik, you know. Of course. You with your parents, Sally with her family, and even this Nate Morgan with the kingdom he helped to erect. It makes me question the fate of my own father, who has been missing since Robotnik's reign began. Ah, will I never see him again? And Tails and I encountered a lot of hostile and dangerous Robians while we were away. Your dad was... Break it gently, Sonic. I didn't even notice his dad was one of them. I wonder what those two could be yammering on about for so long. Whatever it is, it don't seem to be making Twan too happy. Yeah, I'd better...
Oh, I'm so sorry, stranger. Oh man, that's so mean. I must have accidentally spilled my tomato juice all over your head. Goodbye till next time? Why not till right now? 'Cause I'm done here, Hedgehog. I made my apology and that's that.
Sonic, wait.
That was no accident, Sal. He soaked Nate on purpose. I could tell.
I know, but fighting won't solve the problem. It's larger than that.
Towel, stranger? Thank you, and the name's Nate.
Well. The plot sickens.
This is Delta Omega. We're ready to make our move on your say-so. Excellent. You will all converge on the target at once. Castle Acorn's Royal Briefing Room. Go ahead, Commander St. John. Sire, my visit to the Devil's Island Gulag has served to explain why we've received word from its guards in well over a week. It's a complete mystery as to how this breakout occurred. Several guards who have been imprisoned here by the escapees say that the cells opened by themselves. They claim that Snively was responsible. Snively? Robotnik's nephew? Yes, my liege. Here's a complete lineup of the rogues who made it out with him. Oh, hey, Nemo! We've combed the area surrounding the Devil's Island and found the remains of 2 downed shuttlecraft survival miles away. No bodies were found in the wreckage. With the ocean's intolerably high temperature, it's not like there were any survivors either. I'm sorry, Your Highness. Don't blame yourself, St. John. I'll get Dr. Quack and his medics ready to treat those malnourished guards at once. Commander, are you positive that the escaped prisoners perished? Of course, Prince Elias. They're not here. Then where would they be?
You goons have gotta be kidding me. I'm only gonna say it once, so everybody here. Nate Morgan's with Sonic the Hedgehog. You mess with him?
Hand over the Overlander or else.
You mess with me. Any This guy's really playing for keeps. Sonic!
Hold that pose, doll. That's more like it.
Sally! Why you little... Sal? What's the matter with you? You animals! How dare you attack the princess?
It's funny because they are animals. You hurt me, Hog? Then you'll see that Warlord Kodos can give as good as he gets. Attack! Predator Hawk, Arachnus, Drago, Sleuthy Doggy Dog, Sleuth Doggy Dog, Sergeant Simeon, Flying Frog, Knack the Weasel, and Lightning Lynx. Stand revealed.
Unhand me.
Wait till we've flown higher, Granddad. Maybe then I'll consider it. Hold it right there, Hawk. Whoops, sneaky attack. Sorry I didn't let you know it was coming. Something's gone radically wrong. These criminal-minded creeps are supposed to be behind bars, but somehow they've been busted loose. And they're nastier than ever. Perfect. This one is distracted.
My bionic legs let me catch up to Predator Hawk and Nate.
Timber! Outside. In you go. Target is secured, Omega. Or should I call you Snively?
Boss will do quite nicely, thank you. And as far as you capturing the target is concerned, perfect.
And then, move it, move it, move it! Simeon, give us some cover.
Sonic, you're okay. Yeah, Sal. Nothing can hurt me, right?
There's no way you want to miss next issue's explosive conclusion.
Lupe's journal entry.
The storm continues on into its 10th day. Nothing much too hard to continue past the confines of the city. What's left of it, that is. We are currently rationing supplies as a precaution against the possibility of the storm not letting up in the near-term future. As for Ariel and Athena, the two Overlander girls we have found, I have yet to decide what to do with them. Even though Reynard has made his position abundantly clear. Oh, little guys. Go back to sleep, Cadus. It's nothing more than someone just losing her toy. Oh, this is in present time. I thought this was a flashback because they looked so much younger here.
Give me back my ball, Diablo.
Finders keepers, Ariel. If you wish me to return your ball, what do I get in return?
I don't know. What do you want, Diablo?
I want you to think, Ariel. If someone does you a good turn, shouldn't you offer to return the favor?
I guess so. Thanks, Diablo.
Do you think she'll remember, my friend? She's only a little girl. One can only hope. Right now, I'm more concerned about our comrades. And wondering what's taking them so long. Just because their parents met with an unfortunate end is no reason for you to assume the responsibility, Lupe. Our present situation is difficult enough without taking on that burden. There's where you're wrong, Reynard. I would like to believe others would show the same compassion to wolf cubs if they were discovered in similar circumstances. Turning our back on the girls would make us no better than those we fought to preserve our kind.
I hope you know what you're doing, Lupe. One of us could end up paying dearly for your decision.
One must have faith, Reynard. For without it, all is lost.
My logic is as unassailable as ever. So what's next?
We may as well head back to the others, as I doubt we could carry any more than a load of than we currently have. What I wouldn't give, my friend, to see an end to all this rain. Ready? Tethered together as a safety precaution, we ran through the streets with the supplies we had scavenged from the now deserted buildings, hoping they would be sufficient until the rains died down. You guys must be cold. I'll go get some blankets. Ugh. Oh, sorry. Brr! Oh, much better. Lupe,
you're back.
I don't believe I heard an excuse me. Guess they have short memories. Canis, Diablo, who's the adult and who's the child? Athena, Ariel, how about a hug? Since we discovered a cache of canned food, I felt it good for everyone's morale if we celebrated our good fortune a bit.
That smells great, Canis.
You did ask me to prepare something special, Lupe, and I didn't want to disappoint. Care to try?
That's absolutely delicious, Canis. Run along and wash up, girls.
because dinner is ready. I just want to say before we start, we have a lot to be thankful for. Even so, there is much yet still to be done. Regarding Ariel and Athena, after discussing the matter with everyone, I believe their place is with us at the part of the pack. We will teach them our ways, and they will be treated as one of ours. As for our present condition, we will be patient until the first signs of the rain and wind start dying down, upon which we will again resume our journey homeward and reunite with those we left behind. The ways of the warrior die hard, but as I looked at the faces surrounding the table that evening, I saw something that burned even brighter. The desire to be with family. Hope was already beginning to shape our future. Pro art. I think this is 70? Yeah, so this is the last chapter for today. You had a huge storm 2 nights ago. Oof. I'm glad you're doing okay, assuming you are. Facing the fury of Kodos. Kaboom. Saving Nate Morgan. Why is this so, like, basic text? Like...
Wow. I barely had enough time to throw Sergeant Simeon's grenade up and out the skylight. 1 minute sooner and everybody here would have been toast. Jeez, talk about a guerrilla warfare.
Sure, Sonic, except for that area at the back of neck where Knack, that no-good weasel, whacked me.
Are you alright?
Oh, sorry, that should have come first. Are you alright, Princess Sally?
How about everyone else? Tails, Rotor, Bunny, Antoine, Amy Rose? Are y'all okay? Only our pride was hurt in that there ruckus, Sugar Hog. Just wait, I'll get my hands on that web-spinning arachnus. Do not fret, Bunny. She is sure to be receiving an up-and-comings. Those criminals are gonna get what's coming to them. No way is anybody just gonna waltz in here and kidnap a friend of mine. There's no telling what those no-good nicks will do to poor Nate if they... Who cares what they do to him? Just look at my place, at this place. My husband and I put our sweat and tears into this juice bar, and now look, it's completely demolished. But it wasn't Nate's fault. Don't you understand? His scientific skills make him a top secret ingredient or something. Everybody wants to get a hold of him.
Tell it to the Secret Service. Her hand looks very human here.
We'll have to do one better than that and tell your dad, Sally.
You said it, Sonic. Next stop, Castle Acorn.
My apologies once again, sire, but nothing has changed since last we spoke. The 2 shuttlecrafts found in close proximity to the Devil's Island Gulag were indeed empty, leading me to believe that the escaped prisoners perished in the area's boiling oceans. A tragic end to a tragic tale, Jeffrey.
Dad! Sally, what is it? What's wrong?
It's Nate. He's been kidnapped.
Kidnapped? By whom?
Snively. He, along with Kodos, Predator Hawk, Drago, Lightning Lynx, Flying Frog, and just about anybody who shared a cell at the Devil's Island Gulag got us all pretty good.
Impossible! I say there's no way that they could have been attackers. My agents and I have just returned from there.
Then they were shapeshifters or evil doubles or clones or whatever. I can talk to anybody with some authority. Can I talk to anybody with some authority around here? Because the goon squad's on the loose and they've got my friend.
But Sonic, how could the kidnappers be the escaped prisoners when their shuttlecrafts were found a short distance from the Gulag? How could they possibly have made the trek back to Mobotropolis in such record time?
Maybe I can provide... Oh.
Maybe I can provide the answer to that question.
Dr. Quack!
None other. Several of the malnourished prison guards, placed in a lockup by Snively's crew, have regained their strength enough to inform me of a 3rd missing shuttlecraft.
Okay, so they got a set of wings. The numero uno question still on my mind is where those no-good-nicks took Nate.
Well, I may not have a reliable source like the good doctor, but I do have a map of the planet at my disposal. And although it may be a long shot, perhaps the felons fled no further than the landmass closest to Devil's Island.
Of course. The old hiding in plain sight routine. Nice job, Prince Elias. Elias? All right, freedom fighters. Are we ready to juice or what?
Sonic, what on Mobius do you think you're doing? This is a serious matter. The Kingdom of Acorn is no longer at war. It no longer expects children to take up arms against its enemies. The incarceration of Snively's renegades and the retrieval of Nate Morgan will be carried out by my own Secret Service, led by none other than Commander Jeffrey St. John. What?
Daddy, you can't be serious. We've tackled those creeps, no sweat. We've done it before, for years.
Then how did they manage to get the jump on you earlier? As much as it pains me to say it, the Knothole Village Freedom Fighters, as of this moment, are officially disbanded. St. John, at once, my liege. Hershey, Valdez, Wombat Stew, Heavy Bomb, let's go. Many hours later, a royal submarine, created from leftover scrap metal, emerges from the lukewarm depths off the coast of Big Kahuna Island. Okay, agents, this is our moment of truth. We'll be facing off against some mighty tough customers in the right ahead of us. In West Robotropolis, a city that's been deserted since the fall of Dr. Robotnik. It's the perfect hiding place for Snively and his band of rogues. Rumor has it that Robotnik was using the city and the surrounding island as a testing ground for experiments of a secret nature. It only makes sense that... Hold that thought.
At the risk of sounding cliche, what took you so long?
You have absolutely no business on Big Kahuna, Hedgehog. You were in violation of a direct order from King Acorn. Capturing escaped prisoners is a job for seasoned professionals only. Why, you're just a kid.
Save it, St. John. I'm 16.
Sure, King Max disbanded the Knothole Freedom Fighters, so that's why I'm here as a free agent. Elsewhere in West Robotropolis. You're making this so uncomfortable for us, Mr. Morgan.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'd feel so much better if you would agree to provide your services to my cohorts and me. What do you say,
I'm telling you, Sonic, if you hope to be a part of this mission, you're going to have to learn how to be a team player.
Well, you know, there are a lot of reasons why we called ourselves the Freedom Fighters, St. John, but mainly it was because there was more than one of us.
The only reason.
Where's that weird sound coming from?
Come on, Sonic, it's time to shake and bake. We've spotted something up ahead.
Yeah, sure, Hershey. It's cooler when I say it.
Moments later.
It's the shuttlecraft, and it's parked outside of the old abandoned courthouse. Our quarry must lie within.
Oh wait, that was Hershey. No wait, that was Jeffrey saying that.
Like, duh.
Right then, troops, let's get this place surrounded so I can order these roughnecks to come out waving the white flag.
Are you out of your mind? What happened to the element of surprise? This is a bad move, St. John. You go through with this, poor Nate will graduate from kidnap victim to hostage.
He's an overlander. I don't much like overlanders, Hedgehog, and neither should you. Not after what they caused to befall Sally's mum, Queen Alicia, during the Great War.
Why blame Nate for that? He wasn't around for the Great War. I doubt he even knows what a Great War is, you doofus. That does it. No, this does.
You'll see that I can give as good as I get, Sonic.
Well, then maybe I'll just have to give a little more, huh? Enough!
You are both capable combatants and opponents worthy of each other, but you shouldn't be wasting your energy doing this. Not when it clearly jeopardizes the mission. Oh wait, sorry, that was not when it clearly jeopardizes the mission.
I hold the highest rank here, soldier. Let me be the judge of that.
How do you judge this, Commander?
Son of a king. I mean gun. Son of a bitch.
Inside the courthouse.
Come on, Morgan, join us, or else.
I didn't like you back when you were the kingdom's warlord, Kodos, and I still don't like you. I choose or else.
Oh well, your loss.
Say, that's actually funny. Suddenly, 3, 2, 1, charge! And in a faraway place, RSA-2 unit back online and commencing system location of target. Target acquired, system locked, and beginning activation now. Back at Big Kahuna Island.
Attaboy, Sonic.
Let him have it. Legs gone numb. Run! That's music to my ears. You're Nate. Let me help you out of that contraption. Watch the face!
Elias!
You and Nate get to a safe place pronto. Sonic. Zephyrin souls. It's an earthquake. It rises up from beneath the floor of the old courthouse, a robotic, multi-limbed mutate. Shiny, ugly, and most of all, deadly.
No! Sonic, wait! Please don't leave me! I beg of you!
That creature's got Snively. I can't just abandon him, even if he is Robotnik's no-good nephew. But Sonic, look! It also clutched one of your companions.
3, 2, 1, boom.
It's the same nightmare over and over. I'm flying over Sandblast City when suddenly my biplane disintegrates, lock, stock, and barrel.
I plummet and plummet and plummet. Still, for what it seems like hours. Agonizing hours. Then the clouds clear and I see it below me. The statue. The very monument I shattered so Tails and I could break the force field and escape our captors. It's laughing at me. The cruddy piece of concrete is cackling away, mocking me, degrading me, making me question my very existence as I face its gaping maw. And I wake up in a pool of sweat, heart pounding and completely disheveled. I don't know what the dream means, but I want it to end. Problem is, something holds me back. Night after night, I wake up at the same point in the dream. I never make it to the mouth of the statue, as if I'm afraid of what I'll find on the other side. See, it's been me all along, but tonight, I'm not going to let me hold myself back. Tonight, I find out how the dream ends. That's right, I'm going in. Might be the breakthrough I've been looking for. Or maybe I'm just literally diving into the mouth of madness. What a rush. I've taken the plunge. I don't know where I'm heading and I don't care. Till I hit bottom, that is, then I care. Then I care big time, because my mug is everywhere. I'm not one for wasting time in front of mirrors as it is.
Hey, mister, you're not wearing a t-shirt. You need a Sonic t-shirt. Let me outfit you with one. You gotta pay homage to our hero. Oh my, I can't believe it. Right here in front of me.
Hey dude, just chill. What the? Those clouds. What's going on here? What is this place? Tell me.
Hey, Sonic, man, relax. It's just, oh my gosh, I still can't believe it's you. Finally here, the prophecies were true. It wasn't just legend. You were the hero of heroes to be celebrated above all.
Me? Above all heroes? Get real, there's so many others more worthy.
True freedom fighter, not just heroic, but modest as well. Please, your blue blurriness, may I be honored with your autograph, sir?
Look, stop gaping at me like a starstruck teeny bopper for a moment and explain this to me. I've never been here before. How
do you people even know about me?
Your adventures, they're legendary. They've all been chronicled by the Sonic Adventure archivists. Step inside.
Can't I just take the consolation prize behind door number 3?
Fellas, I hate to interrupt, but we have an important visitor. Fellas, did you hear me? Fellas? Oh well, here goes nothing. Sonic the Hedgehog is here! Your royal heroship, sir. We're so sorry. We're just so engrossed in your adventures, as always. We have them all cataloged, you know, but we constantly review them to make sure there's nothing we missed. They can get pretty deep. Yeah, you should hear our afternoon tea time discussions. We often disagree on the meaning of your adventures. Yeah, like why aren't you and Sally an item? You should be together, not apart. I don't like it. Sonic and Sally should be together. I don't buy the bit where you revived Sally. She would be a stronger emblem of the freedom fighters' cause as a martyr. Quiet. Sally got what anyone gets. All she got is she got a lifetime. Only hers was extended. But we do agree on one thing. You're our hero no matter what. We love you. You can do no wrong.
Can do no wrong. Can do no wrong. Can do no wrong. Tails, I'm so glad you came over.
Of course, buddy. Don't mention it. What's wrong?
Tails, I'm not sure what it's all about. This hero business, I mean.
I don't understand. In what way?
Face it, Tails, I failed. I bolted out of Sandblast City without looking back, leaving the door wide open for the Robians. I don't know how comfortable I am with it all. The responsibility, the burden. After all, I'm not perfect. I'm only flesh and blood.
But think about all the lives you've touched. Maybe that's what it's all about. Not just being perfect. Just about caring enough to be there when you're needed. Heck, I don't know where I'd be without you. You're my hero, my brother, and my best friend, rolled into one. It's not all black and white.
Since you put it that way, Tails, maybe I can get used to being gray. That's it. Well, that's kind of sweet ending. Yeah. Hope everyone had fun with Sonic. I guess I'll be continuing in about like 6 weeks. I usually do those every third stream of mine. My next stream will be in a couple weeks, continuing Sonic Frontiers DLC. The person that I am following with the lowest amount of viewers has 16 viewers. So I'll probably raid them unless anybody has a low viewer friend who is streaming right now that they'd like me to send everyone to. Yeah. Our next stream is tomorrow around 3 p.m. EST. Magma's playing Freedom Planet 2, Carol's story. And then Sunday around 3 p.m. Snuggles playing Vivid Loop. Yeah. I guess I'll raid that person I mentioned, who is Radicoon. Playing Kingsley's Adventure. That's been on my list for a long time. One second. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day or night. Oh, tonight on Fuki's stream, Magma's gonna co-host Shadow the Hedgehog. So I hope you enjoy that if you're gonna hang out with us there. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care of yourself. We love you. Bye bye.